Today's discussion brings us to a piece of American history that not only tells a story of innovation and pride, but also represents a tangible connection to the founding era of modern states. The Massachusetts U.S. state quarter is a coin that has captured the attention of collectors for decades, not merely for its intricate design, but for the narrative etched into its very metal. This particular quarter carries a rich historical background that echoes the ambitions of Massachusetts when it was among the first states to embrace change and progress. Born out of a tradition of commemorating state heritage, the Massachusetts quarter reflects both the cultural pride and the storied past of New England. Its design honors important figures and landmarks that symbolize the state's commitment to liberty and progress. Crafted during a time when coinage was a major medium of expression, the Massachusetts quarter became a popular emblem for those who appreciated the blend of art and history in everyday objects. A closer look at the coin reveals several unique details that make it a prized addition to any collection. One of the standout features is the intricate engraving that captures the essence of Massachusetts heritage. From the refined portrait of a key historical figure to the subtle depictions of colonial-era symbols, every line and curve tells a story of resilience and tradition. Collectors often note that the craftsmanship on this quarter sets it apart from other state coins produced during the same era. Its delicate balance of bold design and fine detail is something that has been celebrated by numismatic experts over the years. The rarity of the Massachusetts quarter isn't just rooted in its design. It also lies in the circumstances surrounding its minting. Certain production runs were limited, and only a handful of these coins were released in pristine condition. Over the years, as collectors have sought after pieces in mint condition, the value of a well-preserved Massachusetts quarter has increased significantly. Auction records reflect this upward trend, with some specimens fetching impressive sums when they appear on the market. In some cases, a coin in pristine mint state can command prices that far exceed those of its circulated counterparts. This disparity is not only a testament to the coin's historical value, but also to the meticulous efforts of collectors who have maintained these pieces in nearly untouched condition. Beyond the auction block, the Massachusetts quarter has garnered a following among those who appreciate the subtler aspects of coin collecting. Stories abound of how this particular coin has changed hands among esteemed collectors, often turning up in private collections that span generations. One collector recounted the moment they first encountered the coin in a long-forgotten box in an old estate, a discovery that sparked a renewed interest in state quarters and their historical significance. These anecdotes contribute to the coin's mystique and further cement its status as a valuable artifact of American heritage. The coin's design also offers interesting insights into the evolution of state symbolism. At a time when the nation was still defining its identity, the Massachusetts quarter represented a delicate balance between honoring the past and embracing the future. The design choices made by the engravers, choices that included the careful selection of symbols, the interplay of light and shadow, and the overall composition, were reflective of the values held dear by the people of Massachusetts. Each element of the coin, from its embossed imagery to its carefully minted edges, contributes to a larger narrative about the role of coinage in shaping public memory and pride. When it comes to evaluating the coin's condition, seasoned collectors know that the difference between a circulated and a mint state specimen is more than just cosmetic. It can mean the difference between a moderate collectible and a crown jewel in a collection. Mint state coins, which have been preserved with little to no wear, tend to draw premium prices at auctions. The intricate details of the Massachusetts quarter's design, such as the fine lines of its engraving and the crispness of its relief, remain sharply defined in mint condition, making them especially desirable. In contrast, circulated coins, though still valuable as historical objects, might show subtle signs of wear that can lower their market value. This condition-based variation is an essential consideration for collectors, as it not only affects the coin's aesthetic appeal, but also its long-term investment potential. Current market values for the Massachusetts quarter continue to reflect its enduring appeal. In recent years, high-quality specimens have been spotlighted in several prominent auction houses, where bidding wars have pushed prices well into the upper echelons of the numismatic market. Auction records from leading dealers indicate that pristine examples have sold for several $100s, with some exceptionally rare issues surpassing even those figures. This upward trend in valuation underscores the coin's status as a coveted piece among collectors who value rarity, historical significance, and impeccable condition. It's not just the high auction prices that draw attention, though they're the conversation starters among collectors. Over time, the Massachusetts quarter has developed a sort of legend among its peers. There are stories of coin shows where a single, well-preserved specimen of this quarter would become the focal point of discussion, its history and nuances dissected and appreciated by both seasoned experts and emerging enthusiasts. Whether it's the tale of a hidden collection discovered in an old barn or the saga of a coin that survived decades of handling and circulation, the Massachusetts quarter continues to inspire fascination and debate. Its enduring charm lies in the interplay between rarity and history, a combination that ensures its place in any serious collection. The appeal of the Massachusetts quarter is multifaceted. For some, it is a tangible link to a state renowned for its role in American history. For others, it represents the thrill of the hunt, a chance to discover a coin whose story is as compelling as its visual beauty. Each coin carries with it a silent narrative of the past, and every mark on its surface is a record of a bygone era. Collectors appreciate these nuances, recognizing that a coin like the Massachusetts quarter is not just a piece of metal, but a carefully preserved chapter of history. In summary, the Massachusetts U.S. state quarter stands as a beacon of American heritage and numismatic excellence. Its historical roots, distinct design features, and the stories that accompany it make this coin a valuable and intriguing find. Whether you're admiring it for its pristine condition or its role in a broader collection, this coin encapsulates a blend of art, history, and investment potential that continues to captivate those with an eye for rare and valuable pieces. Every scratch, every mint mark tells a story that enriches the legacy of Massachusetts and leaves collectors with a sense of pride in owning a genuine piece of history. Let's shift focus now and head south, where another state quarter has carved out a space in the collector world, not because of flashy headlines or major minting errors, but because of a fascinating combination of scarcity, symbolism, and a couple of unexpected quirks that have turned it into one of the most watched state quarters on the market. The Tennessee U.S. state quarter isn't just a tribute to music and heritage. It's become one of those sleeper coins that savvy collectors know to look out for, especially in certain high-grade conditions. Released in 2002 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, the Tennessee quarter pays tribute to the state's rich musical legacy. From blues and country to rock, and roll and soul, Tennessee has long been considered the heartland of American music, and the design reflects that beautifully. The reverse of the coin features 3 musical instruments: a fiddle, a trumpet, and a guitar, each one representing a different genre that helped shape the American sound. Along with a trio of stars and a banner reading "Musical Heritage," the imagery captures the essence of a state that's given rise to legends like Elvis Presley, Dolly Parton, and B.B. King. The choice of instruments wasn't arbitrary. It was deeply intentional, meant to reflect not only regional culture, but the national significance of Tennessee's contribution to the arts. But as any experienced collector will tell you, it's not just about the artwork. What elevates the Tennessee quarter into the upper tier of collectability is the presence of certain error varieties and the quality of minting in select batches. For example, a small number of coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver show unusually crisp strikes or slight die variations, which, under the right conditions, become valuable anomalies. Some die errors, like doubling on the instruments or faint clash marks behind the design, have driven up demand for these rare versions. These quirks are what coin hunters live for, because when paired with a mint state condition, the value climbs considerably. Let's talk numbers. While the vast majority of Tennessee quarters in circulation today are worth face value, the rare, high-grade examples are a different story. Coins that have been graded MS 67 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC are few and far between. That scarcity means serious money when they hit the auction floor. In one standout case, a Tennessee quarter in pristine MS 68 condition fetched over $1,500 at auction, a stunning result for a coin minted in the millions. And here's the kicker. Even though these coins were produced in high volume, the combination of wear, improper storage, and general handling has whittled down the number of top-tier examples dramatically. Collectors also love this coin because of the way it has aged in the public eye. When it was first released, it was appreciated for its design, sure, but it didn't immediately jump out as a high-potential coin. Over time, though, as more and more sets were examined, certain die states and limited mintages in specific roles started to stand out. Stories began circulating among collectors who found oddities while sorting through change or buying unopened mint bags. That's when the Tennessee quarter started gaining traction, particularly among specialists who focus on modern U.S. coinage. It's become a bit of a cult favorite, quietly climbing the ranks while more obvious coins hog the spotlight. Another fun aspect of this coin lies in the nuances that can be lost on the casual eye but are treasured by the experienced collector. Take the precision of the lines on the fiddle or the way the trumpet's valves are defined in high-grade strikes. On lower-grade coins, those details can look soft or even blurred, but on a well-preserved mint-state coin, they pop, crisp, clean, and full of depth. It's that difference in visual sharpness that helps collectors quickly separate the good from the truly exceptional. And for those who specialize in slabbed coins, the labels from grading services help verify those small but critical distinctions. As with many modern collectibles, condition is everything. A circulated Tennessee quarter, even one with a mild die anomaly, isn't going to break any records. But a coin that's been carefully stored, untouched by oils, scratches, or dings, that's where the real opportunity lies. MS-65 examples are relatively common, but once you cross into MS-67 or higher, the population drops fast. These upper echelon coins are the ones that can spark bidding wars, especially if they also have that extra flair, a die break, a slight off-center strike, or even a strong luster that sets them apart visually. Interestingly, this coin has also become a kind of ambassador for a new generation of collectors. People who grew up listening to country or visiting Memphis and Nashville often feel a personal connection to the design, and that emotional attachment can push interest even further. It's not unusual to meet collectors in their 40s and 50s who started with state quarters casually and then found themselves deep diving into grading charts, auction histories, and mint error guides, all because of this one coin. In a way, the Tennessee quarter is proof that modern coinage still has the power to ignite serious collecting passion, especially when it has the right mix of cultural resonance and numismatic nuance. To wrap it up, the Tennessee U.S. state quarter may not scream rarity at first glance, but under the surface, it's a rich, complex piece that rewards close attention. It's a coin with stories, of music, of minting oddities, of surprise auction wins, and sentimental ties. Whether you're in it for the investment, the aesthetic, or the connection to America's musical legacy, this quarter earns its place in the spotlight. And like a great song, it lingers, making you want to look again, learn more, and maybe, just maybe, dig through that old jar of change one more time.